Futures on a Monday morning point to the green, 60 up Dow, 48 up NASDAQ. Keith Fitz with us this morning. Wait a minute, Keith. You have a target of 5,750 on the S&P by the end of this year. It's currently at 5,382. Obviously, you see a big rally coming. Explain yourself.
I do. So it's, give or take about 7% or so. Here's the thing. Structurally, it's very similar to the 1950s, 1990s, when we've got high unemployment, inflation rate challenges, interest rate challenges. Two, we're at about 30th percentile with regard to equities committed. Normally, that is in the 50, 60, 70%. It came down significantly from all the volatility. We know that's a mistake. And finally, inflation is ultimately, whether the Fed likes it or not, going to come down. All three of those things are positive influence.
What about the inflation numbers we get this week? Consumer prices, producer prices. Some people are saying, look, this is make or break for the whole market. Would you go that far?
I would agree with that, but, I think there's a different sentiment there, too. The question is not necessarily make or break. The question is, how do they hold up relative to everything else? I think they're going to be 0.2, 0.5. So which companies can beat that? Which companies can proceed despite that? That's the real question.
But those numbers that you just quoted would not interfere with rate cuts in September, would they?
No, they wouldn't. And, again, my position is the Fed has been wrong for a long time, Stuart. I still think they're wrong. So, I kind of look at that as a sideshow. I want to focus on those CEOs and on those companies very intently.
I know you like Walmart. Why don't you like Home Depot?
Oh, that's an interesting question. So here's the thing. If you go to Home Depot or even Lowe's to some degree, you see people putting kitchen sinks in the cart. You don't see them redefining their whole house. You don't see them redesigning the whole house. So the average per ticket item is going down. And as long as people are thinking that way, that tells me that they're strapped. That tells me they don't want to go to bank financing, even though they think rates are coming down. And that's going to pressure sales and margins.
Maybe I'm asking for trouble here, Keith, but I sense that the mood of the market has shifted this week compared to last week. We don't have the white knuckles that we had last Monday. What do you think?
I agree with that. I think the white knuckles are passing. The question is whether we get the confidence. I agree with you. I think psychology has changed. And frankly, there's not an earnings report in the world that's going to matter until that gets under control. But I absolutely agree with your observation. It's a sharp one.
But you're all in stocks, not much in bonds.
Well, we do have both. I mean, we obviously pursue a little bit of each because I like my safety and stability because that gives me the freedom to pursue zippier choices.
Good advice. Keith Fitz on a Monday morning. Thanks for joining us, Keith. We'll see you again real soon. The market, press the button, is now open. And we're going to open in the green. Dow Industrials up about 70 points, and 50, 70 points in the very early go. All right.